above them. Will that end their season? Probably not, because they can go and do, a treble quite easily still, even if Arsenal beat them, because this is football and things can change. So I don't think, I know LB said, I think last week, whoever loses this game is out the title race. I don't know. I don't know if they are. I think it's people are saying that because of Liverpool, but Liverpool could still drop points as well. So I think this is massive, but I don't think it means it ends one of our season. I don't think. But it's going to be difficult, man, because one of us could be 4 points off. And that's very, very hard with only 8 games left, will it be? 9 games left? So that's why it's massive. So, yeah, man, it's going to be crazy.
I think if City lose the game, I think it'd be very, very difficult for us to win the Premier League. Because we've got 9 games left. We'd be 4 points behind with an inferior goal difference. So basically 5 points. 5 points in 9 games. And our next game's Villa. I just look at that and go, that's tough. That's why I say I think City need to win the game, man. A draw's not the end of the world. That'll put us on 64. Liverpool will be on 67 if they win. So, but again, it's still 4 points.
Can I ask you then, LB, who would you be more fearful of? If Arsenal beat you, would you be like, oh no, that's it, Liverpool won the league now? Or would you think Arsenal will?
I still have Liverpool as my favourites. Yeah.
Of course you do.
I do it because they've done it before, isn't it?
Yeah, no. I wasn't meaning that as a dig. Like, no, you've always said it. No, you have always said
it. It's slight favourite.
Well, I was more meaning, like, would that make you think, bloody hell, Arsenal? Wow, I didn't see that coming. That's a massive statement.
Nah, because bro, like Arsenal can. I know Arsenal's record at the Etihad is terrible, but like Arsenal can win. Arsenal can beat Manchester City this weekend. Do I think they will? No, I'm backing my team. I'm going to say City are going to win the game, but Arsenal are a good side. I mean, they've shown that time and time again against Liverpool, against City a couple of times earlier in the season. You know what I mean? This is a good football team, Arsenal, so they could win. They can win the game against City, but I just still have Liverpool there because of the fact they've done it before and the fact they've got Jurgen Klopp. You know what I mean? That's why I've got them above you. I think if we beat you, we got 66. We'll be 1 point behind Liverpool. You'll be on 64, so you'll be 3 behind Liverpool. But here's the thing: you have the better goal difference, so. I still think you're actually in the race if you lose, but I just think for me personally, if City lose, man, 5 points in 9 games, I just don't.
Okay, let me ask you this then: do you see Liverpool dropping? I know this is about Arsenal City, but obviously Liverpool massively involved in this. Do you see Liverpool dropping from any of the following? Old Trafford, Man United,
no.
Fulham at Craven Cottage, no. Aston Villa at Villa Park.
Yeah, potentially.
Okay, so the same as me then. I think that's probably their hardest one. I think Craven Cottage is a mad one, as well. People are like sort of thinking, Fulham, that'll be all right because their season's done. But they've beaten us there. Absolutely bad Spurs there. I think I'm getting
I'll take over. Listen, I think it's going to be a crazy one. I think City will win the game. The one thing that I would say about City, there's a couple points on City, yeah. One, we've not seen City play like properly well pretty much all season. Like with Arsenal, yeah, you've seen Arsenal play well. Like you've seen Arsenal pretty much at their peak. Can Arsenal get any better than they were already playing a couple weeks ago? Probably not. That's probably their peak. City have been nowhere near our best. Nowhere near. Maybe 20 minutes against Copenhagen before Grealish got subbed off. Like literally, we've been just average. Now, there's pros and cons to that. The cons is like you need to improve. You know what I mean? If we play like we did against Liverpool in the second half against Arsenal, we'll lose. The pros are we're third, a point behind Arsenal and Liverpool, and we've not played nowhere near our best. So we've got to turn up. We should have a fully fit team. Obviously, we're waiting to hear fully on the Akanji news and the Walker news, but I think they'll both be okay. We're gonna have a fully fit team. And listen, there's no excuses. Best team wins. If City win, I think City will go on to win the league. That's my opinion. I think if City win the game, I think we'll go on and win the league because I think we could then go and win the final 9 games. I think if Arsenal win, I have the percentages somewhat like 40% Liverpool, 35% Arsenal, and the rest City. That's where I'm at. All Arsenal are basically neck.
Listen, my favourites are Liverpool as it stands right now, but I've said on a few shows already that this weekend it could all change in multiple directions. I think if Liverpool were to drop more points and Arsenal won, they would become and it's all marginal favourites. Arsenal may become the marginal favourites. If City were to win, obviously that would mean Arsenal would drop points, and Liverpool to drop points again, City become the favourites for me. If Liverpool win and you guys draw, they remain the favourites. And again, it's all marginal. And that's why I'm really excited about the Premier League returning. This game kind of being not quite the curtain opener because it's happening. It's the last game on the Sunday. But there's so many kind of ramifications because it's a 3-horse race. It isn't as simple as just, it's 5 points to catch up. We can do that. You might end up being 5 or 6 points behind 2 teams. The probability then changes because you need both to mess up and you need to be better than both of them in a very short span of time. So it's going to be amazing. And I also agree. I think if Arsenal do beat Man City this weekend, I think they end City's Premier League campaign. As in, I don't think City will win the Premier League. Doesn't end their season. They're in the FA Cup. They're in the Champions League. They're favourites to win both of them. But their Premier League season, I think, is over as far as defending their trophy if Arsenal can pick up a big win. What do you have to do, Dan, on Sunday to ensure you get a positive result against Man City? What is it that you need to stop their end? And what is it that you need from Arsenal to ensure that you pick up points?
Well, listen, I don't have any problems with our defending of late. I think Gabriel and Saliba's partnership is fantastic. So obviously we have to look at it. Haaland's unreal. KDB's unreal. Foden, they've got top players, right? Top players. But we've got to take our chances, Tom. We can't be gifted any silly chances, but we've got to be taking our chances. And that we've got better out of late. I think the first part of the season, that was one of our worst kind of downfalls, really, was that we were not taking chances. You've got to do that against Man City, who I think, by the way, we can get in behind. I've seen Marcus Rashford get in behind them. I've seen Chelsea draw against Man City this season ridiculously. So they can definitely be got at. I think LB would admit, I don't think defensively they look as good this year. I think they've definitely got some weaknesses there. But this is Man City, man. This is Man City. Do not think that Man City will not be up for this game, by the way. This is an absolutely massive game for them as well. Because, potentially they lose this and they might be feeling like LB, like, oh, God, that's going to be too tough now. So I think they're going to be massively up for it, man. But we need to try and make sure that we dominate the midfield battle for me. I don't know if it's going to be Partey or Jorginho. It's probably going to be Jorginho looking at things now because Partey's just not played enough football. But Declan Rice is a massive one for me. Declan Rice, we need to go there. For me, still this season, although we've been great, mentally, we've not been able to get across the line in big away games. Villa Park, lost. St. James Park, lost. Gone to Stamford Bridge, couldn't win. Gone to Anfield, couldn't win. Let's change that, man. We go to the Etihad and people will start comparing this if we win to the Overmars season in 98 when we beat you at Old Trafford. They will, because that was the big turning point of that season. And I think that, for me, makes us massive, massive favourites winning the league if we beat them at the Etihad. A lot of people Arsenal will go and be favourites to win the league if we beat Man City. That's why we got to do it, man. That's why we absolutely have to do this. Forget Champions League, forget who we've got next, forget the Luton game. Just concentrate on this. Get everyone back fit, get them psyched up for it. And if they can prove they can get across the line here, that's a massive, massive lift. And I think that's a huge, huge statement. And I think people will start to look and people will start putting Arsenal are scary on their YouTube channels again. That's what will happen.
Do you think the league's over if you lose? If City beat you, are you saying?
I don't see us winning the league if we. No, I don't think we win. I don't think we win the league if we lose this game. No, I don't.
Yeah, nor do I. I don't think you do.
I don't mentally that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't think I don't think it'll be time for Arsenal are out. Like Arsenal are done, but I would be if Arsenal lost on Sunday and went on and won the league. I think City and Liverpool would have to look at themselves and go, bloody hell, how did we let that happen? So yeah, I don't know. I just think it'd be very tricky. Whoever loses this game, I give them very little chance of winning the Premier League. Very little.
Yeah, I think it depends on what happens with Liverpool. So if Liverpool beat Brighton and City beat Arsenal, then yeah, because then they have one team 3 points ahead of them, the other team 2 points ahead of them. So that makes it, there's two teams that then got to do better than. But if Liverpool were to draw with Brighton and City were to win, yes, they'd still be third, but you're talking about one win being the difference.